Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Amanda, and in this video we're going to have a little look at our social media intake. So our social media intake is really important to become aware of when we are wanting to shift into different realities for manifesting our desired results. So I wanted to just bring up the awareness for a few minutes on our social media intake, as I myself have become aware of how I have been previously influenced through my social media intake throughout the day. So what I had noticed with myself, that notifications would be coming up on my phone. Anyone who has a phone with apps and things like that on it, you will notice this as well too, where the notification comes up and you will find yourself going into it, and a few minutes of your time is kind of gone into this notification that you probably didn't even need to go on to in the first place. Now, social media is great. It's how we connect. It is how we keep in touch with our family and our friends, and it is also how we create things as well too. So I myself love this platform to be able to create this content, because I am very passionate about this, as I want to help as many people as I can. However, I came onto this platform to help people from a mental health perspective, so that we wouldn't get overwhelmed with the whole idea of consciously manifesting in a way that we know that we're powerful, we know we're always manifesting, and that it's okay to not be okay some days, because we do have a mind and we do have a body that gets entangled with this 3D reality, and sometimes we find ourselves falling down. So what I have noticed from my taking a little bit of break off social media is that I am feeling a little bit more freer in my mind. So I am always someone who looks after my nervous system regulation, because this is essentially how we really manifest our life, because everything kind of does come down to your brain and heart coherence. Even if you are somebody who is just affirming, I myself am an affirmer and I always keep my thoughts on what it is that I want, but there is a certain degree to keeping your nervous system regulated as well too. So when we have social media apps and we find ourselves being drawn into notifications, sometimes the notifications cause us more stress unconsciously to us than we would have known. So you could have a notification that will come up on your phone, maybe on Instagram or Facebook or any app that draws you in, and then you could be maybe going on to celebrities and all of that. That sucks you in for a wee while on your phone, but it also can cause you to start comparing yourself on your journey to manifestation. So even on these platforms, when we are looking at comments and things like that, and people are maybe having different journeys of manifestation, and then all of a sudden you start comparing yourself to their journey, when really it's everybody is on the same journey, and that you are just as powerful as everyone else, because we are all just one consciousness in this reality, in this time-space reality. So, when we are wanting to manifest particular desires in our life, remember the times of Neville Goddard's work and Joseph Murphy's work. So, if you look back into the time period that there wasn't really much any media out there except for the news. So, they probably, most of them didn't even have a television set. They would have had a radio, I suppose, but some people would have had television sets, but it wasn't actually even as widely popular back in those kind of time periods. And so if you notice any of the stories that I myself have read both works, but if you notice any of the stories of that, I'm sure you have too. You will notice that they were manifesting things really quickly, because they didn't have any other influences in their life to tell them otherwise, because we create from our mind and our thoughts. So when we have these social media apps, sometimes they can be influencing us in such a way that they're taking us away from the reality that we are wanting to create, because we find ourselves giving a few minutes of our attention and our energy as well too into these apps that we hold within our phone. Now, when we are actively searching the web for things, this is something that has to be done when we're working and when we have to research things. I know that I myself actively search things, especially when I'm creating affirmation tracks as well too. I want to look to the psychology behind some things for the proper affirmations that I want to use to create tracks as well too. Then as well too, there's a lot of, you get platforms to create videos and templates and things like that for your thumbnails and stuff like that for your videos that I want to put onto this YouTube platform. Now, I use YouTube a lot myself, which is why I didn't limit my time from YouTube. I just took myself away from Instagram for a couple of weeks. I didn't delete my account, but I just haven't logged into it yet since a couple of weeks ago, but I am accepting messages through my emails. One of the apps I had to completely disregard was TikTok, because TikTok is more, from my own experience, it was more influenced, because you can't decide what's going to come up on your feed. At least with YouTube, it's just recommended and you can go into it if you want, or you can keep on scrolling. So TikTok I kind of had to eliminate altogether, because I just found it just didn't suit who I was, and so I just eliminated it and decided to just continue with the YouTube platform instead. So when we get into passive surfing on the net as well too, where you could look at TikTok as actually something like that, because if you are someone who is on TikTok, you will find that all the videos just keep coming up and up and up, and so before you know it, you're on it there for an hour, and that in a sense is passive searching. You probably can find that somebody may pop up on your screen, and then you may actively search for their page, and then that call, well, it's okay if you actually want to follow people and stuff like that, but we're talking about things that are taking our time away from us, that don't need to take our time away from us. So it's not about that we eliminate social media altogether, because social media is, let's face it, it's who we are really these days, because of this new day and age. It's how we are progressing in the world, it's how we connect with others, it's how we do our work, it's how we, it's essentially how we are developing in this world. But when we are wanting to create the life that we want to create from our thought process, we want to have the awareness of how much time we are actually spending on our social media, because I myself didn't realize until I noticed that since I logged out of things, the notifications that are not coming up now. And you find that yourself, your day goes by, but you also find that you're a bit more freer in your mind. It feels a bit more freer, because you are deciding when to go into these apps and when to connect to others and stuff like that as well too, that you are getting work done. You are knowing that you're not being influenced by notifications, and these notifications can be anything. They can even just be for shopping. It doesn't have to be just apps that we engage with. It can be shopping notifications as well too, that causes us to come in. Notifications from here on my channel as well too. So you could get a notification, and then all of a sudden you could be like clicking on to watch it, and it could be taking a few minutes off your day. But I do try to not be as influential on this platform. More, that's why I try not to do clickbait titles and all of those kind of things, even though you do want people to be watching your message, because the more people you reach to help in their state of mind is really the most kind of thing that I want to inspire through, because I believe that when we have a great self-regulated nervous system and our thoughts are optimistic, we're creating this environment of positive energy, and the more then that connects to, as Dr. Joe Dispenza calls it, your brain and heart coherence, you're kind of cultivating this more of a peaceful environment around the world. And so that's kind of the reason why I kind of create these videos as well too, is to create that kind of peaceful mindset and easy mindset as well too. So just remember that your social media intake is all up to you, and you can be on it all day if you want. That if you know that it doesn't influence anything but just helps you along the way, then that's perfect. But if you find that you take a little bit too much of your time sometimes, just be aware of it. That's all you have to do. Like, you don't have to log out or anything like that, but it's just to bring up an awareness that we are the one in control. We're the creators. And so when we want to create a reality, we want to be keeping our thoughts on that reality so that we see it then as quickly as we can. So I just wanted to make a quick video on that, and I will chat to you soon.